This is episode 5 in the series about our contribution to the pipeline foundation for the project pydeps. Check out the build agent Docker image configuration in the previous episode. Hello, I'm Alex from Singlet, and in this video we'll cover the build and deployment pipeline for the build agent Docker images. The pipeline we created for the building and deployment of the images that are used by the containers running the project's core continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline is very similar to the one from episode 3. Check that episode out for more detailed look at the steps. The pipeline executes on push commits to the default branch and if there are changes to the Docker file of the build agent image. It could also be executed manually if needed. The pipeline runs on Ubuntu 20.04. The main difference between this pipeline and the one from episode 3 for the dev container image is the utilization of the strategy matrix. It is used to input values to the build arguments Python version and is.ci we discussed in the previous episode. The goal is to run 6 separate executions of the pipeline in parallel that output the different images for each CI/CD pipeline configuration. Line 19 and 20 mean that one execution of the pipeline would occur for each of the values in the Python version array, with is.ci value of true. These executions will produce the 5 images for the project's continuous integration. Under the include keyword are listed additional configurations to be added to the matrix. In this case, one more pipeline execution would occur with the Python version of 3.9 and this time with the is.ci value of false. This execution will produce the image for the project's continuous deployment. The first of the steps is of course the checkout of the repository. Then the pipeline logs into Docker Hub using the official Docker login action. The action accepts both a Docker Hub password or access token, but we strongly recommend using the access token. In the next step, depending on the value of the is.ci variable, the image tag is formed. Then to instruct the Docker file what image we would like it to output, we list each build argument separately with the --build-arg option. In the same way, the image tag is formed to be used this time with the docker push command to reference the correct image to be pushed to Docker Hub. In this episode, we looked at the build agent image build and deployment pipeline. We discussed how we utilize the strategy matrix to build and push to Docker Hub all the different images in parallel and the steps we added to complete the pipeline. Stay tuned for the next episode in the series where we discuss the project's core continuous integration pipeline. If you need assistance with DevOps implementation in your open source project, check out the description of this video where you will find links to the Pipeline Foundation project board and onboarding application submission. We are at your disposal. Thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts about this video, please let us know in the comments and feel free to like, subscribe and strike the bell if you'd like to hear more from us. Until next time, stay safe and aspire to DevOps.